Okay, so Resident Evil 9 is one of the most talked about upcoming games that people are looking forward to right now. We know that's in development. We have no idea when exactly it's coming out. There's been rumors online that's supposed to be coming out during the second half of 2024. And I don't think Capcom has really confirmed that or anything. But a lot of people are speculating on what the story is going to be and whether or not it's going to follow directly from the Resident Evil Village game that we got back in 2021, which, by the way, was a huge commercial success. But at the same time, a lot of people are not as interested in the Resident Evil Village game as they were in the Resident Evil 4 remake or even the Resident Evil 2 remake that we got a couple of years ago. And there had been rumors circulating online that this upcoming Resident Evil game is supposed to heavily revolve around Chris Redfield. And I believe older characters in the series, such as Jill, Leon, and Claire, are supposed to be a part of this upcoming story for Resident Evil 9. And I don't think that's something that has been confirmed with Capcom just yet. But at the same time, a lot of people are really talking about Resident Evil 9. And then honestly, the series is still like popular. I don't think it's quite as popular as it was in the late 90s and during the first half of the 2000s, but it's still big. And a lot of people are wondering whether or not Capcom's going to remake Resident Evil 5. And I think that game got a lot of flack for being racist, and that was like a huge source of controversy with that game. So it's quite possible that Capcom might eventually skip remaking Resident Evil 5. But I think more people would rather see Resident Evil 9, especially considering the fact that Resident Evil 8 kind of ended on like a cliffhanger. And obviously, Ethan, who's the main character of that, he's obviously dead, because a lot of people thought he had died in Resident Evil 7, but apparently he was in Resident Evil 8, and it doesn't seem like he survived this time around. But I guess, I guess Capcom realized that Ethan wasn't really connecting with um with fans as much as some of the older protagonists did, like Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, who are iconic, protagonists in the entire series. And for the most part, I think it is kind of better for them to go back to Chris Redfield because, you know, he was um he was the main character in one of the most popular installments of Resident Evil. And the thing is, like, for the most part, while it's okay to change up, the main character, like time to time, um, I guess like having one character just, be in like every installment, I think that's probably a better formula because of the development and all that stuff. And I think that was the main issue with Ethan Winters is that like I think like his character development was kind of just whatever. And I think at this point or in this day and age, like, the survival horror genre is not as popular as it once was. Don't get me wrong. I mean, people still like that when it comes to like first person shooters and all that. But I don't know. I feel like the Resident Evil series for the most part lost a little bit of its sizzle and spark. It's not as compelling or intriguing as it once was, even though like some of the newer games are fun to play. A lot of people prefer the old stuff, mainly the stuff from Resident Evil 2 to 4. People seem to have greater preference of that than they do the new stuff that comes out nowadays. And honestly, I really don't blame them. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people hope, including myself, hope that Resident Evil 9 is a game that exceeds their expectations. And as far as features and all that stuff is concerned, we're just gonna have to wait and see, what Capcom's going to add to Resident Evil 9 that we haven't seen in previous installments. And hopefully we'll get a official release date for Resident Evil 9 sometime before the end of 2023 or sometime during the first half of 2024.